Hello, welcome to this live video. My name's Tabassum from Beautiful You Coaching. I'm a success, self-mastery and self-esteem coach, and today I'm bringing you a really important video. I'm talking about abundance mindset, something that's come up a lot with my clients recently, and it's something I really wanted to share because there's been a huge learning in my journey and hopefully my clients' journey, so I'll be sharing a little bit more about my findings. So abundance mindset, when I talk about abundance, I'm talking about financial abundance, okay? Money, and a lot of people have scarcity around money and debt and things that worry them, or a lack of money. And mainly the problem with that is that it's our natural healing method. So what it is it's actually a natural protection mechanism. So our amygdala, when it was first created, its purpose was to protect us. Okay, so we, as a nomadic animals, we were always in protection mode, because obviously there was like living out in the open, there was the danger of animals and other various things that could have affected us. So our amygdala in our brain is made for the purpose of completely protecting us. Okay. And then we have an area in our brain called the hippocampus. Now, the hippocampus, the best way to describe it is it's the kind of thing that will be like, okay, you might, it will talk to the amygdala in the way that, okay, you did try to protect me from this thing previously, but it wasn't all that bad. Or so, like, for example, I'll give you an example of myself to explain this more thoroughly. When I was really sick, I basically back in the day, used to love blackcurrant Ribena. And one of the things I basically found was that when I was sick a lot, since that time, I've not been able to drink blackcurrant Ribena. Okay, so my amygdala is protecting me from feeling or arousing that feeling of feeling sick again, right? Because that's what it reminds me of. That's where the memory's held of, like, just drinking Ribena. Now, the reason for me being sick was actually because I actually had a genuine illness. I was genuinely really unwell, which I'll talk to you guys about if you're in my private coaching group. But my hippocampus will say, okay, so you had a Ribena, you were sick for this reason, not because of you drank Ribena. Ribena was just what you were drinking at the time, that's why you were a little bit put off. Let's try drinking it again. What's worse going to happen, kind of thing. So your amygdala is kind of like your reasoning centre. Okay, why this is so important when it comes to debt and abundance is your amygdala is your protection mechanism that's saying, oh, you've been here before, we've done this before, you've been in debt, you owe money, you don't have enough money. It's got this whole scarcity thing, it's got this whole protection mechanism going on. So can't do that, and it loses that whole, it gets that whole fear and loses the almost the confidence and the reassurance of knowing that God, universe, source, whatever it is you believe, has your back. Okay, but the hippocampus will say, okay, so you've been here before, but things are different this time. You've worked on your mindset, your money mindset, you've worked on emotional healing, you've worked on your traumas to do with money previously. It will reason, okay? Money's available for everybody to earn. So it all basically, the hippocampus is the area that will go against your limiting beliefs. But if you haven't had emotional healing or emotional trauma, or if you've got a low self-worth, it's very hard to get into that place. So I'm going to give you a few practical tips that I used before I had my emotional healing, before I had coaching, to actually have something that was beneficial, a process that was in place that was beneficial in stopping that amygdala and hippocampus talking to each other, and actually me speaking to my conscious. So the first thing is you need to be grateful for what you do have. So the most important thing that people miss when they're in this state of like scarcity or debt or worry is that they're not grateful for the things they do have. And I know this is going to sound really counterproductive, but if you've got an overdraft, you need to be grateful for the overdraft. And if you've got a credit card, you need to be grateful for a credit card. There's lots of people in the world that can't get overdrafts and can't get credit cards. So if your debt is mounting up on those things, just be grateful that you've even been allowed to almost get those things, because there's lots of people in the world that do not have those things and have been made homeless as a result of not having those as a backup, right? The second thing is that you need to put yourself in a state of, I am already at a place where I've paid off my debt. So that is a really difficult place to get to, and if you've got a lot of emotional healing work to do, it will take some time and some practice to get there. But if telling yourself constantly, I've already paid off my debt, or doing something, some practical ways are that you can mark statements. I know in my network marketing, people used to have, so if somebody got a bonus check, somebody would actually take a picture, specs the name out and put their own name there, because it would help them imagine that they were in that place where they had achieved a really high bonus check. So you need to get your mind into a state of already being there. You can also talk to your mind. Your subconscious is great, it listens, but you need to constantly tell it. So constantly tell it, this doesn't serve me. This whole process, this thinking, this way of thinking like this scarcity mindset, this doesn't serve me anymore. I'm not in that place anymore. I'm at a point now where I recognise my debt. I recognise the fact that I'm going through a hard time financially. I recognise the fact that I can do something about it because I'm able to, and the world is abundant, God is abundant, source is abundant, the universe is abundant. So if you think of that, when you think of debt also, and scarcity and money, people don't often focus on getting things like coupons, getting the products that they usually get at a reduced price. So if something that you like, the tea that you like or the coffee that you like is at a cheaper price in your supermarket and it's on offer this month, be grateful for that, because it doesn't have to be. You can pay the full price for it, and you still need to go and buy your necessities and your needs. So think of all the money you save and all the benefits that you have in different ways. And that, again, is something really hard to get to, especially when you're in this state of scarcity constantly. That they are the main few points that I have. And talking to yourself as well a lot to say, thank you very much. This thought or this process of you telling me this does not serve me anymore, and actually taking it to the next level and actually deciding that this is not going to control you anymore. And whilst that's like very surface level work, if you do have some deeper money mindset issues that you need to deal with, that need to go with emotional healing, and need to, for some people it's other things, like it may be a limiting belief that is not even theirs. It might be their parents' limiting belief that has just been transferred down to them. You do seek out help and coaching, and look at addressing that problem. I read loads of books around money mindset before I started actually getting coaching. So I fell into personal development, and I realised that is something that I could, to a certain extent, help myself with. And then I started to recognise that there was other limiting underlying beliefs. So if there are things that you would like to deal with, your emotional side, your healing side, maybe there's something else, maybe there's self-worth. And this is a disclaimer, because for people, a lot of people do go through money mindset issues, and it's something so much deeper, so much deeper. And you really need to work with somebody to unhatch what that is. And there's lots of tools available. Of course, they're all available in my coaching group. So if you are looking at extra tips, I'm going to go deep into a workshop on this particular subject, because this month I'm looking at a money mindset workshop. I'm answering questions from a lot of people who are not only my clients, but also people that aren't clients. So if you would like to be involved in that workshop, it's completely free to join. Let me know, and I'll add the link below. I'd like to add that the group is female only, because I'm a coach for women. So if you do add yourself as a male, I'm afraid your request will be declined. But thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.